Hey, we're back, and what you just missed out on was my wife fluffing her hair.
Okay, so here's what this is about. What is ENLIVEN?
Okay.
We are so excited to tell you a little bit more about what ENLIVEN is. We've had a lot of questions about it, and so we're going to unpack ENLIVEN a little bit and give you more information so you know what's coming up.
All right, so if you watched the earlier video, I'll give it a quick cover. It's a 30-week marriage enrichment. It's free. It's just, it's going to come out once a week. It's going to be a PDF, so you can print it off on a Word, or you can print it off on Word, Pages. I would prefer you print it off on a Mac, but I'm just kind of an Apple guy. But you can access it on your tablet. I flipped through it on the iPad, and it looks great. It's going to have hyperlinks in there, so as we're unpacking some concepts, you can click on the little hyperlink and then go over to maybe a video that we've got posted on YouTube, or something maybe that's a TED Talk, a book that we've seen if you want to take things deeper. It's going to be an opportunity for you to grasp a simple concept, answer a few questions about it, and then have discussions with your spouse. It's just an opportunity for you to kind of go through a concept and see if you're balanced in it, if you need to focus some attention on it, or if you need to recenter yourself on it.
Yeah. And 30 weeks sounds like a really long time. We know that.
But marriage is even longer. So
it is. And just remember that it's only 15 to 30 minutes worth of work each week, and you're looking at going to our website once a week where you'll find on a specific page for that week a couple paragraphs, maybe a video, and that's where you'll find the PDF for that week. So we've decided to answer a couple questions.
Okay.
First of all, it launches December 9th. You can follow along with us. We're going to be doing it along with you, and you'll see us making comments on our Facebook page about what we think about that week's topic, and we hope that you'll join us as we're doing that.
Yeah, and if you add any comments or you send it to us, email it to us, then if you allow us to, then we can add it to the next week, and we can make it kind of a dialogue and a large community of people that are going through it. Obviously, we're not going to share anything personal if you ask us not to share it, but if it's something that, you really hit on an idea, something really hit you and you really realized it and you felt like it could be encouraging to other marriages, then we want to include that. So what we want to do is we want to build sort of a community of people that are going through it and helping each other, because we know exactly how hard marriage is. We started our 13th year of marriage this past May, and we're going to be going through year number 14 with me being deployed, which brings it to the next thing is, it's for civilians and for military. But if you are military and you're going through a deployment, it's made for you to be able to go through it alongside your spouse. And we know how the conversations go when you're on the phone and you're deployed, and you're like, what do you even talk about? You just tell them what you did, and I tell them what I did. And you don't really have a purpose and a focus and a mission and something that's guiding you towards how are we growing deeper? How are we sharing something other than just what we did? And so this is a great opportunity for you to do that. So since I'm going to be deployed, I'm probably going to put it up on my portal page on the brigade, as well as, I can email it to everybody through Nipper Sipper Centrics. For those of you that are military, you understand that.
I didn't get that.
I'm going to make sure you have it. And you want to answer that one for the spouse?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the questions that we've gotten is, what if my spouse doesn't want to do this with me, but I want to do what I can to influence my marriage? So the way that this study is written, it's written for individuals to do it separately, and then we encourage you to talk to your spouse about it. So you'll go, when you see the PDF, it's a lot of personal questions of what you believe and what you think about that topic. And then at the end of that PDF, there's a challenge or there's something for you to think about throughout the week, and that's where we would encourage you to talk to your spouse about that. So if your spouse is not interested in doing the study, we definitely would encourage you to do it on your own, because we believe that changing yourself and bettering yourself can influence your marriage and influence it in a good way. So you can do it on your own, or you can do it with your spouse, and that's why I think it's going to work really well with those that are deployed, that you're able to do it and do it as best as you can. Even if you can't get it done in the first week and you need to take 1 week and stretch that out to 2 weeks, absolutely do what works best for you as a couple.
All right, so there's going to be 3 key aspects: engage, explore, and enrich. And it takes it deeper along those levels. Each one of those is going to have 1 page of taking that concept, take it a little deeper, make some connections, and then see what the root issues are. There will also be an aspect of faith, because we believe all truth's rooted in Scripture, yet we know that a lot of you may be going through the marriage enrichment and aren't ready to engage your spirituality or your faith yet. Totally cool and totally acceptable. For those of you that want to take it to that level, I'm going to be offering a blog that's going to be once a week, and probably podcasting a lot of my chapel services, where I'll be discussing the topics of that week so that you can take it to that next level of faith and see how it impacts you. And it's a little devotional. We've got other friends that are going to be writing blogs alongside it, and so we're excited about that part.
You'll see that connected to the ENLIVEN material. It'll be called ENLIVEN Faith. So
Yeah.
if you want to take it to on a spiritual level, it's ENLIVEN Faith.
Last thing.
The last question that we were thinking and that people were asking is oftentimes marriage is at a point of crisis. We're even thinking about divorce. Is this material going to be good for us? The first thing I would say is, something is better than nothing. We would encourage you to always work on your marriage. If you feel like it's a marriage that you can save, it's not a safety issue, you're not in an abusive relationship, but you feel like, hey, this is the last chance of what I can do to better my marriage, something is better than nothing. But we're going to say that this curriculum, this study, is not written for the purpose of saving a marriage in the midst of crisis. So we would encourage you to also go and get professional help to meet the needs of whatever the crisis is that's going on in your marriage.
Mm-hmm. So while there will be different levels, this is not an intensive curriculum. It's meant to give you a lot of things to talk about and to really circle the globe as far as different topics and concepts and how it impacts your marriage. So what I can say about this is that over 13 years, Corie and I have found so many things affect not only who we are individually, but our marriage. Everything from nutrition to vulnerability emotionally. This isn't going to be just something that hits on psychological or emotional things. We're definitely going to touch on how does your nutrition and your fitness level impact who you are in your relationship? How does it impact your home? How does it impact your family? And so we're going to be covering a wide array of things. There's actually 24 different topics that we're going to cover over the course of 30 weeks. So there'll be plenty of things you already are very successful at, and there's going to be some things that you may have avoided working on. And we know how that is. There's stuff that we feel mastery over, and it's easy to go there and to address that and talk about it, but it's the little stuff that you never want to go there because you don't really feel comfortable with it, or you might be afraid of it and going there. We want to encourage you to go, okay, here's where I'm doing good, here's where I need some work, and here's where we've made great progress. So you need to have some good wins in your column, which you already do. You need to have some losses that you can reflect back on and go, here's where we could have done better, and do your little after action review. That's basically what we want to encourage you, because all of these things that we're talking about are things we've learned from our own marriage. As we've said in the 25 plus retreats we've done for hundreds of soldiers and family members, is that we won't sell you anything we haven't tried on ourselves first. We're not going to recommend a book that we haven't read and talked through and struggled with. We're not just going to throw a great idea out there and hope that it works. I remember a quote, essentially, is like a madman, I have tried all of these experiments on myself, because I'm not going to give you anything that doesn't work.
So I guess my last word would just be, this has been an awesome project for us to do together. It's also been challenging at times, and we have found ourselves in points of tension, even this morning, trying to figure out what needs to go into a video. And so, marriage is up and down. It's push and pull. It's there's great rewards and blessing that comes out of tension sometimes. And so we hope that you'll see the challenges as this is not just stuff that we're putting out that we have nailed down and we've perfected. Mm-hmm. These are challenges that we are challenging ourselves to even do and push through those points of tension. And we find ourselves on the other side of those points of tension far closer and more vulnerable and more connected. And that's what reawakens our marriage is can we push through something difficult and find ourselves on the other side closer than when we started. And that includes deployments. That's what they are. So we hope that you will join us, and we hope that you will find yourselves on the other side of obstacles and challenges and find yourselves more connected, and that you too can find yourself at a place of awakening your marriage and find it in a better place. So we're excited to have you join us. Remember, it's free. It starts on December 9th. And if you have any other questions, then connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, however else, and we'll be happy to answer any of the questions you have. So we're really excited. Hope to see you soon.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.